Hello everybody, welcome back to this series of how to build a house from the scratch. Here I'm actually going to build the kitchen. I know it seems a little early, but I think I'll go ahead and do it because there are people who want to know how I actually model kitchens. Now I sort of had a kitchen going in that last model, but it turned out to be a real atrocity. It's just because of poor planning, but that was just how I make stuff, not really how I design. So, in terms of just seeing like how I make model kitchens, I can do that right now. And so as in here, this is the designated kitchen space. Just want to make sure I didn't move anything, or okay, that looks good. And that looks good. Perfect. So let's begin. I kind of want to start from this wall here. What I would like to do in making a kitchen, I would like to already be making counters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 feet out, like in standard how a kitchen counter should be. So I actually start with this, basically. Let's see, let's make these wooden cabinets, so I'll just go here. And I'll extrude them upward. By standard, counters are 3 feet high. And here's, I like to make a pantry. That is 3 feet across. I'll pull you out 2 feet. Be basically like a little closet. Well, I mean that's exactly what a pantry is, really. I mean, it's a closet, nothing more than that. Bring it down to floor height. Erase the lines you don't need. Voila, you got a little pantry room. But all pantry rooms need the door space. What did I have? 6'8" doors? Yes, I did. Yep, 6'8". Wrong size. Let's make a door on this pantry. Now, in terms of actually doing the kitchen, I'm not actually going to finish the pantry nicely. I'm just going to, in terms of doing the kitchen, I'm going to do like the counters and the refrigerator, the stove, etc. But, because this is really just a little closet. And I'm not showing you how to do closets in this video. I'm just showing you how to do a kitchen. So, we're going to, leave, you know what, I think I might extend the space out a little bit more. So I'll bring this 2 feet. I mean, this isn't a big house, so it doesn't need a big refrigerator, because accordingly, I mean, okay, so that's 3'4". Let's allow 3 feet of space for the refrigerator. So the refrigerator will go here. The stove will go here. Kitchen sink here, and a dishwasher here. You know what, I want to do the stove first, so I'm going to do that. I usually like the center. You know what, let's get rid of that. Okay, you'll just watch as I work, alright? If you have questions, please leave me a comment in the space below. Oh yeah, and another thing, most of my stoves are 2'6" wide, so I center it in the 1'3" on each side. So when I do the stove, I won't be doing any talking. But again, I will answer any questions you have in the comment section below. Oh yeah, you need the shoe. Basically the kick. Alright. And yeah, another thing, if I hadn't noted it in any other videos, that all of my appliances and stuff are generic. Nothing fancy. So, I mean, I invite you, if you want to, you can play around with them and make them fancy, or replace them with fancy. Let's see. This will be the oven hutch. Yeah, I like to get creative with the brand. No. Now for the burners. I mean, I know how a real stove would have a little bit of a concave, and these burners would actually have like a little ring in them, like a kind of a spiral to hold up the pot. But I don't do that. I just make it generic because, I mean, by standard, you guys know what burners are, and you guys know where you would put the pot when you're not burning it. So, and basically there you go. There's my stove. You know what? I'm actually kind of proud of it. It's a nice little thing. Alright, so we'll make the refrigerator next. I usually will make it an inch away from the back of the wall. This is how I would do it. I would go back 2 inches here. I'd usually make it to about 2 inches away from the counter, 3 inches out. 2'8" wide. Well, that's what the refrigerator looked like at my old. This is what it looks like at my old place, and these are the actual sizes. So I'm going to use that. And yes, these are exactly the kind of appliances I have in any of my models. So either watch my videos or download my models. It's 5'6". So you're getting nothing different. Absolutely nothing. Alright, and we'll go about, it's not very high in terms of the drip pan under the refrigerator. A little freezer. Then we bring them out. I mean, though this refrigerator doesn't actually show handles and stuff, you already know that the top is the freezer and the bottom is the actual refrigerator. Some of these are just basically accepted. So that's a refrigerator. And as usual, it would be right next to a pantry. Alright, so now that we got that, let's build ourselves a kitchen sink and a dishwasher. Now I don't do that yet because I'm going to put the dishwasher somewhere in here. But I don't usually put a dishwasher in until I have a kitchen sink, so, and I want to put counter space in here too. Shows you the counters. 1.5 inches, 2 inches, usually what I do. A lot of people just put 1 inch. I'm like, yeah, but to me it looks better when modeling. And if you were to actually build a house like this, you know what I mean, it's pretty accepted that, I mean. Alright, so when making a kitchen sink, what you want to do is have it centered to the window. Which I'm not actually going to make the window in this video, but I'm showing you the window opening is there, so I'm going to use that. So you can see. And I'll make it 1 inch away from the edge. 1'3", 1'6", 2'6", 1'6", and just close it off. Now this is just the rough size of a kitchen sink. So kitchen sinks vary, especially if you live in a house or an apartment, or I mean if you live in an older house or a younger house. But I mean I'm using a kitchen sink that I was building for Habitat for Humanity. I use those sinks. And it's a lot of everything that they have there is pretty standard, so it's good. And also, I mean, you can go to Home Depot and look at the sizes. Look, they'll have dimensions. Okay, so that's a kitchen sink. And we're moving along quite nicely. So, but when it looks funny, so here's what I do. I just put water in it. As you can see, because when we look at the plant from above, it just, I mean, you already know that that's a water appliance, you know, that's a sink. And I also put water in my bathtubs in case you've been watching my other videos. Oh yeah, and so what we want to do now is, now that the sink's in, we want to make sure that this side can equal this side so I can place my dishwasher. And I mean, the doors have to be the same size, otherwise it's just going to look funny and it will ruin the model. We will copy this line over 2 feet. Because a typical dishwasher is actually 2 feet. And so, I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Excuse me. Excuse me. Jeez. I have allergies, bear with me. Alright, now that I got the dishwasher in place, I'm going to push this back 2 feet. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering about the height of this is 4 inches off the ground. Just erase whatever stray lines. It's best to... Alright, I'll show you how I make doors and stuff. What I'll do is I'll make 0.5 here. Here I'll make doors and drawers. As you can see, I cut this in half and cut this in half again. That's roughly the size of drawer you want. I mean, it can vary slightly, but it's not too much different than that. As you can see, I go in half an inch again. Because what I'm about to do is... Now I know this is how I make them. You might make them differently. And that's okay, but this is just showing you how I'm able to make it look like as if this were my model I'm building. Well, I mean, of course this is my model I'm building. I mean, just erase the lines there. And then extrude again for that fancy touch. Not bad. Not bad. Alrighty then. And we'll make this line go down here. Let's see, about 5 inches maybe. There we go. That's about right. And so you have that part of the kitchen done. Let us see. Okay. And we'll just do what we did over here. Don't like that. And don't like that. Having those stray bumps will affect your modeling. So make sure you. And besides, also it increases file size. May not seem so much, but they add up. The more you have, the worse it. The more your computer can slow down. And I mean, I'm telling you from experience, because I mean, I've been doing this stuff for a very, very long time. So I can tell you what to look out for. And also, I had a lot of problems with file sizes. Sorry about that. Oh, and if you're wondering about why I just did it this way, I mean, it's kind of arbitrary in some areas. I mean, make it look reasonable, which I'm doing now. Because, I mean, if you can have enough counter space and cabinets, you know, that's pretty much good. I mean, also bear in mind of what we're going to do next. Alright, so before we do that, let's put the counters in. Let's see. I usually go to my materials and go to stones. I like these finishes. Makes the house look nice. And I mean, it really makes it look nice. I like it a lot. It's like, wow, you couldn't really do better than that. And then I'll extrude it an inch all over. Now, if you're wondering about the kind of kitchen, really, this kitchen here is, I designed it for purposes in which it's the magic triangle, as you can see, from refrigerator to the stove to the sink. As you can see, it's a triangle, and it can only be like a certain distance in terms of the perimeter of the triangle. And the closer the triangle is, I mean, not too close, but the closer it is, likely the more efficient in cooking you will be. Chefs like smaller kitchens. They don't like, I mean, well, I mean, there's some, I mean, big kitchens you can fit a lot of things in, but if you want to be efficient, you want to have things that are close together. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually making the backsplashes. So what I did is I extruded an inch. Then I just erase what I don't want. I don't know how best you can see this, but and then I would extrude at 4 inches. Some people do 6, but I do 4. Besides, it really gives the kitchen that finished look. As simple as the kitchen is, it sort of has that finished look. Now we want to do cabinets. Okay. We will go up about 1'2". Well, it's 1'6" above the counter, but I've made this the backsplash is 4 inches, so I already know how high up I need them. And for a small house like this, 2'6" will do in terms of height of cabinets. And what we want here is we want a place for the microwave. So we'll just make a little place down here. And that will be going up halfway, like that. We'll make it go out 1 foot. Alright, what do I want to do? Alright. There's going to be more cabinets over here, so we're going to move this over about a foot, which will be good. And we'll do the same over here. Just to center it, and then I'll put a cabinet over here at the end. Because I want it perfectly centered, just for that genuine look. That's what I'm looking for. Now, what do I want to do? Alright. Like these cabinets here, you want to divide them. And I use that 1/2 inch method. Erase. And I'd say these would fit 3 doors, so I will take the right click, divide into 3. And I'll do the same over here. Aha, this is perfect. So perfect. Exactly what I want. Alright, and then go back and erase those lines. Oh yeah, let's see, 1'2", right? No, 1'1", maybe. Exactly. Fits perfectly on the end. Now, it's not always going to be that way. In varying kitchen sizes, you're going to want cabinets to suit. And like I said, this will come out over here, which we will do that right now. Bring that out there. As you can see, just pull them out. And you know what, if you think about it, this is just doing this for a while is very mesmerizing. And also, I mean, it helps your brain work too. I mean, if you think about it, designing a kitchen. Heck, that doesn't look too bad at all, does it? And what I like to do with my cabinets, I like to put decoration on them. Let's bring them up a few inches. Don't worry, this is usually very quick. So this is like up against the wall. And I would put this kind of a quirky wood on it, on top, to make it look real. Put this wood on the bottom. Just for that realism. A feeling of realism. Alright, so, and then we will use this move tool. You will hover over this surface. And there you are. Cabinets. To the microwave. Put that in here. I just basically fill in the gap. Yeah. There might be an inch or two or something that I need, but you know what? This is just a conceptual model. And I mean, it is generally the size of a microwave. Was I about to say refrigerator? You know what? Forgive me, okay? Sometimes, if I say the wrong term, you know, I'm sorry. It happens. It happens. Okay, so I'll bring that out a little bit. This will be your hood under here. I just extrude mine about an inch or something out. I usually go to fencing. Go to this one and make it dark. Alrighty then. I will make this slant here. You know, this is really just something to have fun with. I mean, you can find yourself doing this for a while. The kitchens actually are what takes the longest in most houses that I do. Let's see. But they're almost always the most fun, you know. There's your handle. This is your window where you watch the food cook. This is your control panel. I mean, so as generic as it all is, I mean, still has everything, pretty much. Well, I mean everything except for the very final touch of this, which is your stove vent. You want to get rid of this line. I usually do mine 2.5 out like that. And give it a metallic color or something. Maybe painted metal instead. Then just do that way. Some people actually put wood around it, you know, like a finished, to make it finished, but that will do for now. And one last thing, maybe what if this isn't enough, right? Maybe you need some more cabinets. Not to worry, you still got space over here. Alright, 1 foot 2. This is just a separate cupboard. We'll bring this up here. This is the stuff that makes me excited. I love it. I love doing this stuff. I hope you guys can tell that too, because I really do love it. I guess otherwise I wouldn't be speaking so passionately with it. See, we'll bring that out a foot, like the rest of it. And no, if you're wondering, this is also the decoration I adopted. Wait a minute. I forgot all about that piece. Okay, so that's about right. Bring this out. Again, it will have that. Chipboard wood or OSB or whatever it's called, just for that realism. And I always do the same method. And if you do it by that half-inch method, it'll make your life so much easier if you want to do equal spaces for things. Especially if you have odd numbers. And that is the kitchen. Enjoy it. It's done. Let me save it. I have to save every now and then anyway. See? Kitchen through the window. And that is how I do a kitchen. See, I have a general space, and then I work with it. Sometimes you have to adjust the space if you find that your kitchen isn't working out. you will have to do adjustments because you want to do, not only does your kitchen need to be according to the house, but you kind of need to make the house according to the kitchen as well. So this was actually one of my unusual cases where a kitchen can fit right into a house without me doing real big edits, but other than that, you know, I mean, that's the kitchen, alright. I don't know exactly how I'm going to conduct next video, but when I do, it will definitely be posted, and it will be something else. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. If you did, please rate, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Because there will be more videos to come. They'll come your way. And therefore, if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, I mean, please feel free to give me any, because I didn't do much talking in the video. Well, I guess I did, but if you still have questions, go for it. And I still have a bunch of houses that you may download. So, enjoy. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Alright, bye-bye.